system leadership. And I believe that who's ever up that needs to check on those. I hold those guys responsible, but how, because if it's a motivational deficit, if they want to perpetuate that bubble and, that pretend, they're not going to pop themselves out because it's positively reinforcing for them. So who's going to pop them out of that bubble?
Right. I look at whether a school leader or anything. So the question you're going to ask, why are you moving to a leadership position? Okay, back to your point, checking MO, or even for school, if you're a teacher, you're going to come in administrator, why? What is your purpose behind it? What is your ultimate goal to achieve? Even in the private sector as well too. And I think leaders who are on top of management, they have to, I just feel overall, or to collectively create a better system to really evaluate, check MO, and also establishing a culture of just hey, this is the way we do things here, but also more importantly, a leadership position, and really define it. Operation define with leadership. A leadership position, the ultimate goal really is what? It's to help the masses. Whatever your product is or whatever it is, it's really to, for the most part, it's help all of the historical, for the most part, elite leaders that we revere hundreds of years or centuries ago, whether it's Gandhi or Christ or even Dr. King, all of them were very humble, and all of them had the vision of being, they had a huge vision, but also too, the way they went about it was very, very humble.
They were servant leaderships, man.
And that's
the best type, I believe.
And that's what we need to get to, understand. And I understand corporation, we live in a capitalist society. For the private sector, I understand they have an objective to make money. I totally understand. But it's just, you can still be an effective leader, and really do things to really help the company or really help the school. As long as you have your values and ethics, in play.
I'll tell you, Aubrey Daniels, who is my, OBM. I look at, the father of OBM, Organizational Behavior Management. I look at OBM as being the DNA of leadership, right? And so what Aubrey says is, you can't take, leadership is a formula, right? It's about the leader's behavior and the follower's behavior, right? So you can't look at leadership, the measure of a leader is in the behavior of the followers. So he outlined some really good points in here, right? To make it very measurable. For now, I'm going to go on. There's about 7 or 8 of these, right? Let me go over those real quick, right? So the mass, so it's the number of followers responding to that leader. Okay, so how many people are actually doing those things, that you want to do, the responding. The velocity, how much time does it take them to respond, to actually do it? What direction, right, are those followers moving towards? Are they actually moving towards that goal or not? How many of those followers can state and are, or that they're moving towards the vision established by the leader? Because that vision should be pulling them towards that, like if you go back to, Martin Luther King, that vision is alive today, man, that's an amazing thing. That vision continues. That is leadership. My gosh, values. How many people are performing ethically? I think you can't separate that as well if we're talking about leadership. Persistence. How many people can you see, observe, putting forth effort towards the goals on any given day, right? That's another measure of leadership. Teamwork. How about the frequency of cooperation amongst followers? If you have people that are working in isolation, not working together, that's a measure of leadership. Trust, you've already mentioned that, say do, but also the number of followers willing to admit mistakes to you. If nobody's willing to admit a mistake unless they know it's going to come out, that's a measure of your leadership. And then, I think this last one, respecting, this is huge because this comes back to the culture that you mentioned, right? The shared behavior, the number of followers.